Hi guys, it's Granny Tanner speaking. Welcome to this Manor Lords video about my berry village.
This is heavier than it looks.
And no, this is not a type of a historical village as I make other videos. This is more like a little challenge that I made for myself when I heard how the berry bushes really work in this game. So I had wrong assumptions in the beginning about the berry bushes, and then I learned how they work, and I decided to try whether I can build a whole village with more or less only berries as food. So as the main food of the village. And here we see one guy who is collecting berries, really busy, and we zoom out. And this is the start of my berry village. Here we have forager hut and another one in the making, and we have a granary, and the village is non-existent. This is the first year, and as we started over there, they always have to go a long road to come to this berry gathering area, and therefore it took very long in the beginning. And maybe first I tell you what I thought how the berries would work, and then how they are really working, and that is very interesting. Yeah, this is normal berry deposit with a maximum of 64, and sometimes you get a rich berry deposit which has a maximum of 128, but to this we come later. Now I tell you about the normal berry deposit, that what we have here. And I thought on such a berry deposit there grows up to 64 baskets of berries per year, and that's it. And then I neglected the berry gathering. But that is not the case. This 64 is the maximum limit how much berries can be there at one time. And the berries, they start growing in March, and they have 11 growing ticks or growing stages, and with each growing stage they get 40 berries plus. So in March it jumps up to 40 berries, zip, and then we can start collecting. And when we have a lot of berry gatherers there, foragers, and they collect all the 40s rather fast, then with the next growing tick and with the next 40 berry baskets. When I say berries, a number of berries, I mean something like berry baskets or berry units, so to say. And because a single berry wouldn't be a lot for eating. Yeah, but now back to the growing ticks or growing stages. And when the foragers do collect them very fast, then there is enough place for the next growing tick, and they grow from March until summer. Now in June they are still growing, so they get more growing jumps. And the problem with the forager hut is not only when we have not enough people, which is normal in the beginning, but also the pantry storage limit of 50. So when I put 2 or 3 families into this forager hut, this storage is full in a minute, and then they stop working. Therefore, it's important to have a granary nearby with workers inside that take all the berries from the forager hut. And it should be really close, that it doesn't take long, but they can go there back and forth and empty this pantry. And on plus, it's useful to have at least 2 forager huts. I think even with this small or normal berry deposit, it could be useful to have even 4 forager huts to be sure to get all the berries of the year. But for me it worked with 2 of them, and when I fully stuffed them, they were rather fast with collecting. And it's useful to have a market close by. Now it's still empty, but it will be filled, and then the people get the berries from the market and they are not hungry. Okay, let's see how much we have here. We have 73 berries, which is not so much, but we only have 1 forager, and we didn't start in March because they had to build this first. Okay, let's have a look 1 or 2 years later. So, it's again June, but I don't remember whether it was 1 or 2 years later. In the beginning, the village grew very slowly, then it grew faster. Maybe this is the next year. Could be. And because then when people started moving in, it worked much faster. And like this, I would say this is the golden age of the berry village. Golden age because it's full of hope. We have such a lot of berries. We have 311 berries, and we have enough food for 28 months. So for years, and I already started selling the berries because we had too much, and I started producing dye to sell the dye. And yeah, here I took this perk point here with the forest management, doubles the capacity of all berry deposits. And this perk point is not what you might think, or what I thought in the beginning. It doesn't make high producing or a rich berry deposit out of your normal ones. The production rate of the berry stays the same, but the maximum limit is increased to 128. So if you only have few people working on your berry deposit, then this is worthwhile, because then it doesn't stop at 64 with the next growing tick, but it can go further up to 128. And still, for me, you can see we have 67 now, so we are over the former limit. And I have how much here? 2 people or families, and here 2 families. So I would need more people gathering to be happy without this extended limit. So if you have a lot of people and you can stuff this fully, or have even more forager huts, you don't need this perk point. But if you do it like me with 4 families, then it's useful to have this. And about the rich berry, oh no, I didn't tell you the exact number. I told you that there are 11 growing ticks or growing stages, and that are 40 each. So that means if you get all the berries that are growing, you get 440 berries per year out of such a berry deposit. if you have a rich berry deposit, then the production rate is doubled. So it's 11 times 80 berries, and then you can get up to 880 berries per year. You need the double amount of people for sure to gather them all. And yeah, and I would say with a rich berry deposit you can easily feed a rather big village. With this you can easily feed a small village. So here now we are really happy and everything is very hopeful. We even started earning money and I could upgrade the houses. And the first upgrades I could do with leftover bread, because you need, let's say here, you need to have 2 different kinds of food. And berries are only one kind of food, even if you have a lot of them. So we used the leftover bread. I hurried to upgrade them. And then I started to buy some other foods from the money that I make by selling berries, for example. We have a trading post here, and you can see here I sell berries and I buy meat to have a different kind of food. Only very little meat. So the people are not nourished by the meat. We have still an overflow of berries and I can sell them still. The meat is only for the variety, for parties, so to say, and to be able to upgrade the houses. Yeah, and other than that, I live from the wood forestry stuff, producing planks, selling the planks, and I have a joiner shop where I sell the, let's see what it is producing right now, the small shields, because the small shields only need 1 wood to produce 1 shield, and then you can sell them for $5. So you make the best profit. And yeah, small village running very smoothly. Let's see few years later. Now the village has grown quite a lot. Here, this is the main village. It is more than double the size, and I have a small village here where I get the clay, and the church is level 2 already, and I want to upgrade some houses to level 3 to get 1 stage further. But the catastrophe is already looming on the horizon, because we only have 222 berries. In November we can't collect any more berries, they are done, and it has to be enough to bring us through the winter. And here it says food for 5 months, which could be okay until March. But then, as you can see, we have 53 families living here, and we have 58 houses. So there are 5 more families coming in the next 2 or 3 months, because we have quite happy people. And when I want to upgrade at least 3 houses to level 3, 3 more families will come. So we expect 8 more families until the next berry season. And then it's not enough for 5 months, I would say. So in hindsight, I would say I shouldn't have built those houses here. Without those houses, maybe it would have still worked with berry as the main food source. But with those houses, the catastrophe is coming closer. And let's see how it is at the end of the winter. Now it's February, which is nice. Next month the berry collecting can start, but only next month. I upgraded those houses to level 3. Very good, that worked. But here they say only 1 month's food, and we already got a warning. And we only have 26 berries left. So in my calculation, that is not enough to bring us to March or to the middle of March, because when the berries start growing in March, then we don't have a lot of food suddenly, but it starts slowly by slowly. And did I already? Yeah, I already said 4 families in this winter forager huts. They are waiting until the first berries are spawning, and so I want to have them prepared and not. Yeah, usually I realize too late when the months are changing, and therefore I already set them in their working place, and now they are waiting there. And I started to import quite a lot of food. We still don't have vegetable gardens or eggs or self-produced other food other than berries, but I imported not only for the variety, but now I started importing food for feeding the people, that they don't be hungry. So I increased this for up to 20 meat, and to have another variety for the level 3, up to 20 vegetables. And yeah, I hope this will be enough. It was enough, but barely. So it should be more, and we earn quite some money now. So we have a good running business in our village, but it's hard to feed the villagers. And I know perfectly well how to improve this, so I could start with gardening and eggs at once. This is not the problem. That was the challenge for me, and I wanted to find out what is possible with a normal berry deposit. How far can I go? And I would say here we reached the we hit the wall, so to say. Now let's see how it goes on in March. So it's March now. The berries have started growing. This is our first berry growing tick, and the gatherers start collecting, but we have 12 berries left over, I think, and we still have the warning. So it's not getting easy at once. We have to wait, but it's probably difficult. It stays difficult because we have just too many people. And therefore I thought of a solution that I haven't tried out yet in a different save game. And what could be a possibility to stay with this we only produce berries on our ground, to have this foreign, let's see, I saved this perk point here, and the foreign suppliers with the food cart, a permanent market stall which provides a passive income of bread as long as the region has enough regional wealth. Region does not pay the transport fee, must be placed on the marketplace. So this is what I take for this perk point. And then this marketplace is full. And this is full too. Yes, I just make another marketplace and then we place this food store. So here we are, marketplace. Here is enough place for a new market. Yeah, like that is good enough. And then here is the food cart and I place it before some other food stalls come. Okay. So now I speed it up a little bit until it's built. And then we see how it works. We have enough money, and as I understand it, we pay less for the bread of this food cart than for bread that would be delivered by normal trade. So what is with the food cart? It gets the very high priority. Now they are working. Okay, so let's see. We got one bread and paid $4. $4 is a really good price. So maybe I go to my trader house. Let's see how much it would be. No, trade. I have the cheap trading perks, so I pay less for everything I buy through the trader. So it would be 9. Usually I think it would be 14, and we pay only 4. So it's, if you have to buy food, here we got another one, then I think it's a good way, a cheap way to buy food. And it says abundant, but it's 5 food, 5 bread already. I check here with the statistics, the food variety. Okay, here you can see the houses here in the, I sadly can't move the mouse, but you can see the houses in this first row. They all have bread as a second food source. So this bread has been delivered to the houses, and therefore this seems to work. And if I wanted more, I think I could put more of them and give more of my people bread as a food source, but then I have to earn more money. But here my money has grown, so that is possible. It's still possible to feed the people, but I wouldn't recommend, to be honest. In normal cases I would have some vegetable gardens and egg producing chicken gardens as well, or farming or hunting, but I wanted to find out what is possible, and it's possible for small to medium sized village. With a rich deposit you could even feed a bigger village. And yeah, if you don't want to feed your whole village only with berries, but with a bigger variety, then you can anyhow collect such a big amount of berries with a lot of forager huts and produce this dye to sell it, or sell the berries directly to make some money. So it's still a good idea to use this berry source to its full potential. Yeah, and therefore I would say this berry village is a big success, even if I hit the wall at the end. But yeah, I increased my village until I hit the wall, And it is sure that sooner or later I would have hit the wall. Okay, yeah, that's it. I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for watching and all the best. Till next time. Tschüss.